This is Mike Maslanka. Let's talk about Dr. Martin Luther King. He was a master persuader. How did he do it? And more importantly, what can we learn from what he did? Here are 3 techniques that he used to great effect. Here's the first. Harness the power of rhetorical questions. In his letter from a Birmingham jail, Dr. King sought to persuade white and moderate ministers that he was not, as he was being accused of being, an extremist. He could have just denied it. He could have just said, that's wrong. He could have just engaged in an ineffective tit-for-tat. Instead, he asked 3 powerful rhetorical questions. And here they are. Was not Jesus an extremist for love? Was not Amos an extremist for justice? Was not Paul an extremist for the Christian gospel? The thing about rhetorical questions is this. It encourages the listener, or the reader in this case, to generate their own answers. They then come to their own conclusions. You don't convince them. They end up convincing themselves. Second, Dr. King understood the power of reframing. Here is what he had to deal with. People were saying, slow down, Martin. What's the rush on civil rights? We will have equality sooner or later. Again, he could have gone tit for tat. He could have said, you're wrong. But instead, he reframed by labeling this argument as gradualism, and then defining gradualism as little more than escapism and do-nothingism, resulting in what? Standstillism. This was a brilliant cha-cha around what many saw at the time as a powerful argument, despite its pernicious nature. And here's a third technique that he used. He would issue a call to action. He asked for what he wanted. If you don't do so, it's all wasted breath because you're not going to get what you want. Let's go back in time. Let's listen to what he said to striking sanitation workers in Memphis. This is what he said. We are saying now is the time. Now is the time to make real theories of democracy. Now is the time to make an adequate income a reality for all of God's creatures. Now is the time for City Hall to take a position for that which is just and honest. Now is the time. And the listener is left with this idea. Any questions? No, I don't have any. I know what you want. Finally, and this is a key, techniques are just useless scaffolding if not tethered to a moral message spoken with conviction and hand-to-heart sincerity, not riddled with equivocal footnotes or bogged down in wishy-washy aspirations. Just like this. And this is what Dr. King said. God is not interested merely in the freedom of black men and brown men and yellow men. God is interested in the freedom of the whole human race. And as to that, all we can say is a collective amen. This is Mike Maslanka at your desk.